Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Adda 247. Bell icon दबाइए Adda 247 की सारी notifications पाइए. Adda 247 Government Job in your pocket.
Okay students, so welcome to another session, and this particular session is dealing with sitting arrangement and puzzle. And as I know that this is the complicated part of your reasoning, basically these two sections, that is sitting and puzzle. Today we are not just dealing with sitting arrangement and not just dealing with puzzle, in fact some sort of intercombination. Our intercombination is something like that. A sitting is involved with some sort of numerical values. Moreover, a puzzle is also involved with some sort of numerical values, and not just the numerical values. In fact, it deals with a days-based puzzle. Moreover, not just the days-based puzzle, there is a gap. And I know it's the major that you guys always say that, ma'am, when we are simplifying floor arrangement, and when the hint says that there is one vacant floor, it creates a complication. Same thing is there in the days-based puzzle also. Whenever you see days-based puzzle, and as the hint suggests you that there is one off day, so you guys are stuck somewhere in between that where is the off day, which one is the off day, and ultimately they will not give you the definite information regarding that off day. You only have to simplify, you only have to trace out that where is the off day, which day is coming as the off day. Okay, so without any delay, let's deal with the first slide itself. Let's deal with the first one. So here is our first slide, and this is dealing with a sitting arrangement. This one is dealing with a sitting arrangement. It's not dealing with a puzzle, and it says there are total 8 friends, and the 8 friends are P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and W. They are sitting in a straight line, and all of them are facing towards north, means it is a linear arrangement. Moreover, each and every one is facing towards north. Somewhere, somehow or the some way, it is a normal format when each and every one is facing towards the north direction, or each and every one is facing towards the south direction. Okay, they have birthday on different dates also, and the dates are 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 14, 18, but not necessarily in the same order. They have birth dates, different birth date also. Now, after that, there is a core hint, there is a basic hint which is dealing with all type of information. So, first of all, I want that you guys should pause the video and give an attempt to this particular sitting arrangement. And I hope that you are done with that. So now, it's my time to simplify this sitting arrangement. So let's proceed towards the board and see the simplification of this arrangement. Now, let's grab the first line itself. The first one is saying the one who has birthday on 7th is not an immediate neighbor of T. Okay, the one who has birthday on 7th is not an immediate neighbor of T, means the 7th and T are not immediate neighbor. Immediate neighbor means it can't be placed on the right hand side, neither on the left hand side. Okay, R is sitting 5th to the right of T. It is very definite information, so I guess that we can initiate with this hint itself. R is sitting 5th to the right of T. 5th to the right of T. So this one comes as R. R is sitting as 5th to the right of T. Okay, fine. We are done with this. Further it says, the one who has birthday on 10th is on the immediate right of S. The one who has birthday on 10th is on the immediate right of S. But guys, at this moment, if I am considering this case, then in this case or in this line itself, we have multiple cases. Why we have multiple cases? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 persons. Persons are something like this. Okay. How many persons? Total person. There are total number of 8 persons. So, okay. So, 6 are something like this. Now, 7, 8. That 7 and 8 can be at this side also. That 7 and 8 can be this side also. That 7 and 8 can be one on this side and another one on this side even. This 7 and 8 can be placed on any each of these sides also, which means that we are not confident on their arrangement. When we are not confident on their arrangement, then we have to consider multiple cases, and when we have to consider multiple cases, so I would prefer in this situation that let's keep this hint in this place itself, at this situation itself. I don't think that I have to consider all the 3 cases. Okay, so let's target the left out information, then only we will trace out it. Okay, so the further one are saying there are only 3% between you and V. Okay, again this is sort of an indirect hint, because 3% between you and V, but you can be on the right hand side and you can be on the left hand side even. So I'm not confident on that. So U and V, gap of 3%, then again V and U. There is a gap of 3% between U and V, but U is not an immediate neighbor of T. There is one more information related with U, and that information says that U is not an immediate neighbor of T, means I can't write them next to each other. Okay, fine. Let's deal with the another information. The next information says the one who has birthday on 18th is second to the left of U. The one who has birthday on 18th is second to the left of U. U second left is that person whose date of birth is 18th, which means I am not confident who is this person. I don't know, but we are writing it down in the form of shorthand writing, or you can also say a symbolic representation. Okay, but there is one more information associated in that, and that information says but W does not have birthday on 18th. Okay, which clearly indicates that I can't write, that I can't consider this person as W, because W does not have birthday on 18th. Okay, further, U has birthday on 12th. Okay, one direct hint. We got the birth date for U, and the birth date for U is 12. P is sitting second to the right of S. Okay, second to the right of S means this position is occupied by P. S, who has birthday on 5th. S, after S there is a comma, who has birthday on 5th, which means that this is the only person whose date of birth is on 5th. Okay, whose date of birth is 5th. Further it says P is at the corner of the row. P is at the corner of the row. Okay, so in the previous stage we decided to initiate with this information, but at this point, when I read this information, P is at the corner of the row, my mind changed. I changed that it would not be beneficial to simplify with this hint, because as I mentioned earlier, in this hint, it in itself carries a 3 possible cases, but that hint, that is the definite part. Why that is the definite part? Let's consider it, because some of you might be thinking that, ma'am, P is at the corner means P can be at the left also and P can be at the right also. But no, P can't be at the left position. Why? Because in P's left there are 2 more persons, which clearly indicates that P can't be at the left corner, which clearly indicates that P is at the right corner. And just immediate neighbor of P, this is the person whose date of birth is 10. Then after that there is a person who is S and whose date of birth is this S. There is a person S and this person's date of birth is 5th. So, okay, so right now I consider that this would be a favorable condition. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more persons and they will come something like this. Now, let's target this information. Now I will target this. Now this, as it was playing a major role in the initial itself, but now it's playing a supplementary role. It is a form of hint for me right now, which will help me to clear out this arrangement. Okay. So if I am considering T here, then first, second, third, fourth, fifth, this one would come as R. Wrong case, I can't write R there. If I am considering T here, first, second, third, fourth, R, only this arrangement is left. I can't consider anything else. So obviously this has to be T and this has to be R. But now we have one more information. There is a gap of 3% between U and V. Moreover, U is not an immediate neighbor of T. We have 2 combination of hint. Okay, let's think. All these places are occupied and I have to give a 3% gap between U and V. So 1, 2, 3. Only this is the possible case that we will write either U or V at any of these positions and there is a gap of 3%. But another hint says that U is not an immediate neighbor of T. So I can't write U here, which means that we will write V here and so U will be placed here. And when U will be placed here, then the date which is associated with that U is 12. And after that, second left is a person whose date of birth is 18th, but that person is not W and there are only 2 persons missing, either W or Q. When this person is not W, then definitely we will write it down as Q and this one comes as W. So we are left with only 4 dates, and the 4 dates are 6, 7, 11 and 12. And you might be thinking that, ma'am, we didn't read the whole information. Yes, I left the last line there. Why I left that? Because I find one favorable condition. So I left the last line, and as it was the last line, so there is no chance that it will get mingled in all the further hints. Okay, so let's just check our last line, and it was saying those who are at the corner, means this P and this V. Those who are at the corner, they have birthday on odd number days. These corner ones are having birthdays on odd number days. And what are the odd number days? This 7 and 11, only 2 odd number days. 7 and 11, but 7 is not an immediate neighbor of T, so we can't consider 7 here. So here number comes as 11, here number comes as 7, only 2 number are missing, that is 6 and 12. Sorry, not 12, this one comes as 14 because we have simplified 12. Not 12, 14. Only 2 numbers are missing. One is 6 and another one is 14. And 2 places are left, but we don't have any further hint which is dealing with 6 or 14. So the answer will be in the term of either or. So this is the complete solution. And I hope that you guys are also getting the same solution. You are also getting the same answer. And now if you talk about the counter question, let's deal with them. If I ask you who is second to the left of S? S second left is W. At what is the date of birth for W? The answer is either 6 or 14. We can't give the definite answer regarding that W. Okay. If you ask me who is at the fourth to the right of Q, fourth, first, second, third, fourth, then the answer is R. I believe that once you are done with the solution, you can deal with the counter questions. Okay. So let's initiate with our puzzle. Let's see the first slide itself. So here is our first slide. It is giving you some sort of description, and it says there are total 6 classes, and the 6 classes are of reasoning, maths, English, computer, GA, for the GK. Okay, so there are total 6 classes. They are scheduled to be held on different days. They are scheduled to be held on different days, but there is one more condition, and it says starting from Monday and ending on Sunday. Means they are giving you clear platform of their arrangement, of that day's arrangement. Okay. Further, with one of the days being an off day, not necessarily in the same order. Okay. One among them, from Monday to Sunday, one is an off day, but they didn't give you clear information regarding the off day. One more information is associated. Each of the class has different allotted time. Each class has different allotted time, and the time are 0.5 hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hour, 2.5 hour and 3 hour, but not necessarily in the same order. Okay. Further details. Sunday is not an off day. Okay, now they are giving you some sort of core hint, and that was the introduction paragraph. Before I proceed towards the simplification, I want that you guys should pause the video and give an attempt. And I hope so that you are done with the solution. So now it's my time to simplify this puzzle. Let's deal with that. And as they said, starting from Monday and ending on Sunday. So let's write that slot itself. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and here comes Sunday. Okay. Now let's talk about the core hints. The core hint says Sunday is not an off day. Okay, they gave you one information and which says Sunday is not an off day. Okay, one more information. And a class of 0.5 hour is scheduled on that day. Okay, means a class of 30 minutes is scheduled on that day, which means on Sunday, which clearly indicates that Sunday is not at all a off day. Okay. Reasoning class is scheduled immediately before GA. Now they are not saying just before, they are saying immediately before. And when they are saying immediately before, so we are quite confident of the pattern that first of all reasoning, then GA. Okay. Reasoning class is scheduled immediately before GA. Just before GA is reasoning class. Okay. There are 2 classes. there are 2 classes scheduled between GK class, which is of 3 hours. Okay, now I have to write it down in the form of symbolic instruction, but just check that word again. What that word is saying, there are 2 class. They are not saying 2 days gap. Now, why am I discriminating that? Let me give you one example. If suppose Wednesday is an off day, okay. If Wednesday is an off day and they say there are 2 class scheduled between GK and English, okay. If this one is GK, okay. Now between GK and English they said that there is needed to be 2 class. So first class is this, but this is off day, so I will not count it as a class. Second class will be this. So in this case English will come something like this. But if they said at something like this, there is a gap of 2 days between GK and English, not class, gap of 2 days. If gap of 2 days, then I will consider this off day and I will consider English like this. Okay, that's why I said just check that word very carefully whether they are talking about gap of class or a gap of day. But yes, they are talking about the class. GK, there are 2 class scheduled between GK class, which is of 3 hours, and English class, which is of 1.5 hours. Okay. Between GK and English, gap of 2, again between English and GK, okay. Now, they gave you one more information, GK class which is of 3 hours, GK class which is of 3 hours, and English class which is of 1.5 hours, and English class which is of 1.5 hours. Sorted? Simplify? So, we are getting this structure based on that hint. Now, let's grab the next hint. The off day is after the class of GA. After the class of GA doesn't indicate that immediately after, but somewhere after. So, after GA there is somewhere off day. We are not aware, that's why I am writing it down in the form of arrow structure, okay. And there are 2 days between the off day and reasoning. There are 2 days, not class. They are saying that there are 2 days between off day and reasoning, okay. So, this is off day and this is reasoning. Ultimately, reasoning is just below reasoning is GA, and then they said there is a gap of 2 days between off day and reasoning. So, ultimately this will be, there will be one more subject here. There will be one more subject here, and after that subject there is a off day, which means their basic structure is something like this: reasoning, GA, then another subject, then there comes a off day. Okay, let's target the next information. Computer class which is of 2 hours. Okay, I have to write it down in the form of symbolic instruction. Computer class which is of 2 hours is not scheduled on Monday. Okay, on Monday we can't consider computer class. The class scheduled immediately before the off day. Okay, now they are talking about this question mark which we placed earlier as a question mark. Let's consider that. The class scheduled immediately before the off day is of 3 hours. Okay. The class which is immediately before this is of 3 hours, and the class which is of 3 hours is the class of GK class. GK class is of 3 hours. Okay. Further, so we are getting some sort of a structure: reasoning, GA, GK, then off day. Okay. Now, reasoning class is of less than 2.5 hours. So, just leave this hint as this is the last hint. I can target this hint anytime whenever I want. So, right now I am neither writing it down in the form of symbolic instruction also. I am just skipping that hint. So, can I combine these 2 information, as this one is also talking about GK and we are getting some more information related with GK here itself, and they say that there is a gap of 2 class between GK and English class. If GK is this one, gap of 2, this comes as English, and the period and the class for English is of about 1.5 hours. So, this is one structure. Are we confident on this structure itself? Are we confident that English will be above GK only? No, we are not. So, let's consider another case also. This one is reasoning, this one comes as GK, this one comes as GK 3, then this one comes as off day. Okay. There is a gap of 2 class between GK and English. So, there will be one more class, there will be one more class, then we will consider English class, and the duration for English class is 1.5. Okay. So, at this moment I am getting 2 compact structure. One is this and another one is this. If I am considering this structure, this is something like 1, 2, 3. 4, as it is the off day, so I have to count it as a day itself. 4, 5, 6, 7. They are total as 7 elements only. There are total 7 elements. If I have to consider them here, then ultimately the 7, that is English one, will be here itself. Because number of days are also 7 only. You can't consider any more combination. You have to place them as it is. And if I am placing them as it is, then the time allotted with English is 1.5 and the time allotted at the last place is 0.5. So can I write English here? No. When I can't write English here, which clearly indicates that this combination is incorrect. So we are left with only this combination. I have to place this combination itself in this arrangement. Again, one more thing. Off day. Okay, if I am considering Saturday as off day, then just above off day is GK, above that is GA, above that is English, reasoning, above that is English. And above English there should be one more subject. And which is the subject which is missing? Which is the subject which is missing here? Can I write computer here? No. And why? You guys might be thinking, ma'am, we can consider computer here also. No, we can't, because with computer there is a duration that is of 2 hours. So I can't write computer here. Okay, fine. Can I write computer here? No, I can't write even computer here. Which means if I am considering Saturday as off day, there is no place left for me to place computer class. Which means I can't consider this as off day. Okay, let's get one step ahead. If Friday is an off day, above Friday GK, then above GK GA, then reasoning, then English. Ultimately, we don't have any other option. So we have to write it down like this only, because above that there is no place left. English. Okay. We were writing the subject name on that extreme right end. So this one comes as English, this one comes as reasoning, and English time is 1.5. This one comes as GA, this one comes as GK, and the time allotted with GK is 3 hours. So we wrote it down. Now off day is Friday. This is an off day. So up to here it's done. Now I am left with one more hint. Computer and 2. So can I write computer here? No. I need a complete vacant place. So that vacant place is on Saturday itself. So I will write 2 here and we will place computer here. We are left with only one subject. And which is that subject? That subject is maths. So we will write down maths here, as we are left with only one subject. Okay. Now we are left with duration also, but as I said at that moment that I am not considering last line. So let's consider the last line itself, and the last line says reasoning class is of less than 2.5 hours. Less than 2.5, less than 2.5, the numbers are 0.5, which is already allotted. 1 hour, yes, it is left. 1.5, it is already allotted. 2 hour, it is already allotted, but I can't consider 2.5 hour because they are saying less than 2.5. When it is saying less than 2.5, then I can't consider 2.5. So the time which is left for reasoning is just the 1 hour. And only one number is missing, and that is 2.5 hours. So Wednesday, and here comes with GA 2.5 hour. And I hope that you guys are also getting the same arrangement. I want you to see the clear arrangement. Okay. See what I did in this particular puzzle, that when I was getting several possibilities, as I was getting one possibility here, one possibility here also, and it is basically just a 3 variable arrangement. And when it is only a 3 variable arrangement, then I don't prefer that I have to place all the cases. I just did some sort of mental observation or calculation, that I will not write each and every information. In fact, I considered each and every information. I just visualized them. Okay, that if I will place them, what will happen? So it got rejected. This also gave you 2 sub branches, 2 cases. Then we consider one case, it ultimately got rejected. Then we came to a final judgment and we were left with only one possible case. Okay, so in this format, in this puzzle, we didn't went for all the 3 cases with the help of that paper pen work. Okay, so this was my basic intention to tell you guys that in many cases, in many puzzles, there is a chances that you don't need to write each and every cases all the time. Okay, and so I expect that this particular format is clear to each and everyone. And if you're talking about counter question, we can deal with them in an easy way. If I ask you which is an off day, then there is a clear answer. Friday is an off day. Okay. If I ask you, then when was the class of maths organized? Then the maths class was scheduled on Sunday. Okay. Which is the class which was scheduled for 2.5 hours? And the answer is GA class. Okay. Now I guess when you are done, once you are done with the solution, you can deal with number of counter questions. And I hope that you are getting the same answer. If not, then please do give one more attempt. Okay. So that was all in this sitting and puzzle format. Thanks a lot.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Adda 247. Bell icon दबाइए Adda 247 की सारी notifications पाइए. Adda 247 government job in your pocket.